Well, hello, gorgeous people. How are you today? How are you going with your breathing? Did you check out the Wim Hof stuff? It's a bit challenging to do, but it's so powerful. I've done mine this morning and it's always a great way to start the day. What about meditation? I haven't done that yet. I'll do that after this. Um, but I did meditate a lot yesterday, so uh, feeling pretty mellow, And what was the other thing we did? My mind's gone blank now. Um, energy. Energy. Yes, I've done that. I combine my energy work with my Wim Hof breathing, which is incredibly powerful. So, how are you going with it? If you're building up on these, then you should really be starting to feel a lot more relaxed and dumping this stress. And there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about today. One is laughter, because that is just the best way to release stress. And the other is grounding, because grounding is so powerful. And I sort of talked about this a little bit with the breathing and the meditation stuff, but I'm really going to invite you to join me while we talk about different ways of grounding. And there's a beautiful exercise that I do every morning and every night. It's slightly different, but I'll just do the morning one with you now. And that is was taught to me by Sarah McCrum. And it's really very powerful at bringing the physical and the spiritual and everything all together. So let's see if we can do this on video with my magic background that moves and chops and changes. So let's take the jacket off. So we're going to just start our feet sort of hip distance apart. And we're going to just put our hands on our thighs and just close your eyes and bring your awareness to your breath. So we can combine these things here. Bring your awareness to your breath. And you might notice yourself moving forward a little bit, and that's okay. We're going to allow that to happen 3 times. And just as you're standing here, feel your body dropping. Maybe like an elevator just dropping. Don't try and make it drop, just allow it to drop. And feel your body dropping, your head down into your shoulders, into your chest, into your hips, into your legs, into your feet, and into the ground. And just allow that sinking feeling. And then bring your hands to the front of your thighs. And same thing, you might find yourself moving forward a little bit. Still sinking, really feeling yourself connecting to the earth, sinking down into the earth, deep down into the earth, beyond all the surface. All the stress that's on the surface, so we want to go deep down. Just feeling yourself connecting. And then linking your hands and putting them just, letting them hang here, just near your lower belly. Feeling yourself connected, really nice and deep. And then bring your hands up to prayer position. And I vary this one slightly. If that feels good for you, doing that for you. For me, I put my hands like this, and I find that really powerful, but it's do what works for you. You'll notice what feels right. That didn't quite feel right for me, and this does. I'm going to put one hand, left hand on right shoulder, right hand on left shoulder, and just as close to your neck as you can. Almost like you're giving yourself a hug, but we're balancing left and right here. And take the lower hand and put it on the top. I'm swapping over. And then just bring your hands to prayer position to finish. And this protects you, puts a bit of a seal around your energy aura. So it stops people being able to ping you with their energy so easily, and that's what's happening at the moment. We're getting pinged left, right, and centre. It also stops you from pinging other people, which we do if we're an empathic type of person. We're always thinking, wondering how somebody is. That's an energetic ping. So just take a nice deep breath and open your eyes. Okay. Sit down, do whatever you want. But that grounding is just really, it's a great way to start the day, and it's a great way to finish the day. And yeah, since I've been doing that, finding myself much more connected, much more grounded. Now, another one that I learned from Vishen Lakhiani, from Sonia Choquette, is connecting more to the heart. And this one I think will be really good for you. So we take a breath in and we blow out as though we're blowing out candles. And another one, breathing in. Sonia calls that clearing out the garbage. And then the last one, we're going to come down with a sigh. She calls this coming down the slide, and you listen, you'll hear why. Breathing in. And as you do that, notice where the sigh stops in the body. For me, it's around about the heart. And what happens for me when I do that is I feel my heart opening. And it's just the most beautiful feeling, like a flower opening, just feeling myself expanding with love. It is just a beautiful sensation. Now, I combine that with the grounding meditation, the grounding exercise that I did just before that, and I find that whole thing incredibly powerful. So I'm connecting to my heart, connecting to the earth, and I feel pretty grounded. So share with me your methods for grounding. There are so many. We can sit with our feet on the ground, imagine, we can sit or stand, and imagine a big taproot going all the way down into the earth and branches spreading out, just like tree roots, really getting deep and wide, making us feel really solid and connected. And that's just a very simple and very beautiful way of grounding. So play around with these. Let me know what works for you and what you find most powerful. And yeah, they can be done at any time. So if you're stressed at any particular time, just come back to the grounding. Because at the moment, there is so much fear that nobody is grounded. It's very, I'll say nobody's grounded. Of course, some people are grounded, but it's very dense energy that is, it just comes back. Fear is up in the mind. Yeah, it's all in the mind. So grounding ourselves will bring us back down to the heart, back down to the earth, and remind us of our connection of what we are. And we don't need to get caught up in that whole thing. So enjoy the grounding. And I'm hoping that this week you are building on your toolbox. And I really hope that you're using some of these. I know one of my clients, she's been doing the breathing one, and she said that it's made such a difference to her. It really has. So please play with them, experiment with them, add your own, and share them if you've got different ones, because there are so many out there. And yeah, let me know how it affects your stress, because remember that you are in control of your stress. Now, I talked about Wim Hof and put his link at the beginning of the week. And after I finished my deep breathing, another video came on afterwards. And I can't find it now. I'll see if I can find it later on and share it with you. And he talks about the power of the mind. And that's what I'm all about. As the mindset alchemist, that's what I'm all about. Everything happens in here. So when we control what's going on in here, then we control anything and everything. So as Wayne Dyer says, when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. And that is so true. When we look at things from a different perspective, things change. We think we can't change the past. We think we can't change what's going on. And yet when we change our perspective, how we think about it, it often does change. It really does. To invite you to play with that one, because that can be some real fun, changing that. And you may have got a hint of that when you did the lagging exercise yesterday, because you're changing the way you're looking at things. Things are changing. They really are. So let me know if that was if you've noticed any changes in yourself and in others. And I know my clients use this a lot to really take control of the situation, especially when they're aware that the family is not harmonious, and they recognize that they have the power to do something about that. And they shift their energy first. They don't try and shift everybody else's. They shift their energy first. And they will tell me over and over again how it's affected the family, how different everybody is. And it's got to the point now, they know that the behavior of the kids is an indication of their own vibration, their own thought process and everything. So they're just going to shift that, and everything changes. It's really quite magical. So go wave your magic wand and have some fun with this. And talking of fun, we said we'd talk about laughter. So I'm guessing there hasn't been a lot of laughter if you're stressed, because the two are not really compatible. So I'm going to invite you this time to really go and watch some YouTube videos, to have a belly laugh, to watch an old movie, a really funny movie. Anything that gets those endorphins happening, the feel-good things. So laughter just releases a whole load of hormones, endorphins, and all sorts of good stuff. And I don't know why we don't laugh more. Because we cannot feel bad when we're laughing. We feel bad after we've laughed, but we can't feel bad while we're laughing. Now, wouldn't it be awesome if we had a world that just laughed all the time? We wouldn't get anything else done, but what a beautiful place it would be. So I want to play with this a moment. I'm going to cut my video. I'm going to see if I can share a little YouTube clip I had of babies laughing, because I want you to watch. I'm not going to do all of it because it's quite long, but I want to just have a look and see whether I can bring it up for you, because it is where's it gone? Share audio, share computer screen. Okay, so let's have a go.
Beep, beep, beep. Is that funny?
So there we go. Hang on, I can find it to stop it now. Oh dear. Okay, so where have we gone? Let's come back. There we go. So just a little bit of laughter. There's so much funny stuff out there, guys. Really go and find something that makes you belly laugh, because that will make you feel better. There is nothing better than listening to children laughing. There really isn't. Have you ever tried, you can Google yoga, laughter yoga. I've been to some laughter yoga and that's quite funny. And it's just, well, it's meant to be funny. And just start laughing. Just start laughing. And it's infectious. If somebody laughs, we laugh. Those motor neurons kick in and we laugh. So see if you can start a laughter circle. Do it online. Get some friends together and say, okay, we're going to laugh. And everybody starts laughing. Before you know it, you're really even thinking about it. Just oh, yeah. Oh, I have to tell you that wasn't planned. It really wasn't, but just get some friends together and just laugh, especially if you've got friends who've got a funny laugh, you've got an Eeyore laugh, you've got a snorting laugh, we've got all these different laughs. Just enjoy the laughter. Really, no one enjoys it. Which I have to tell you is much better side effect than stress. So, because when I'm stressed, everything aches. I'll settle with a bit of a jaw ache. So please go and have some fun. What is it that makes you laugh? I mean, sometimes it's the most stupid of things. Sometimes it can be quite funny things. But what makes you laugh? So your challenge is to go and find some YouTube videos that make you laugh. And ideally not at somebody else's expense. There's a lot of videos out there of people's failures or flops or people getting hurt or whatever. Personally, you know, I don't find that funny, but that's my personal thing. I like things where everybody's happy, everybody's laughing, and there is so much good stuff out there. So let me know what your favorite is, because I'd love to share it. I really would. So, grounding and laughter. So there's a pretty full toolbox. I really don't know what we're going to talk about tomorrow now, but I will come up with something. So we've got breathing, and that has to be the key to all of this. Just stop and breathe. Get that oxygen into the body. The more stressed we get, the less oxygen there is, the more stress we get. It's a vicious cycle. So breathe, get that oxygen into the body. Meditate. Just find 5 minutes a day to meditate. That's all it takes. 5 minutes a day. You can do it twice a day. You can do it as often as you want. And of course, if you want to meditate for longer, do. Let me know what your favorite meditation is. Same with breathing. Different breathing styles. Which is your favorite? I'd love to know. Then grounding. Oh, energy work. Energy. Are you doing the energy? Yeah. Are you doing the energy work every day? Are you doing it on the kids? Are you doing it on the animals? Are you doing it on anybody? Everything. You can do this on your plants. Plants love it. Plants love it. So doing the energy work, doing your grounding, and your laughter. That's a pretty cool toolbox to have. I will go away and think about what other, because there's so many other different things out there, but which ones I think will be the most powerful for you. So really go play, have some fun, let go of stress because it doesn't belong to you. Hey, that's a good one. That's a good one. Question I often ask my clients is, does it belong to you? And the best way to do this is to just stop, take a deep breath and say, does this stress belong to me? And I don't listen to the answers, I watch the energy. And people will say, of course it belongs to me. Or they will go, no, it doesn't. And it's a real shock. So even if you think it belongs to you, the chances are that it doesn't. You might be carrying it for somebody else, but like you go to the airport and you carry somebody else's luggage for them. You might be carrying it for somebody else, but very rarely does it belong to us. And even if it does, so often if we say, no, it doesn't belong to me, it's like, so why am I carrying it? And it's easy enough to let go. But if it's not, if you've decided that it does belong to you, then the next question is, does it serve me? Is it a benefit to me or anybody else? Because let's face it, being stressed doesn't serve anybody. Really doesn't serve anybody. It doesn't serve you and it doesn't serve those around you. So what are the benefits of being stressed? Now we will say there are no benefits. My experience tells me that we don't have things if there are no benefits. So some of the benefits of being stressed is that maybe we get a bit more attention, a bit more support. People say, I can see you're stressed, let me help you. Maybe not in those words, but people will offer their support when we're stressed or ill. So that's an advantage. Sometimes it means that we don't have to take on so much responsibility. When we're already stressed, people won't give us more stuff to do because we're already stressed, so there's no point. There can be lots of reasons for it, but explore that. And it requires going deep. It does require going deep, but explore it because you're carrying stuff that doesn't belong to you. Often we get stressed over things that our parents got stressed over. It's not even our stress. It belongs to our parents. And that's the next question. And it doesn't matter if you know the answer to this. When we've said, does it benefit me? Who does it belong to? And sometimes we know straight away who it belongs to. Sometimes we don't, and we don't need to know. It's just interesting. Sometimes we go, oh my God, that's my mother's stuff. And that just makes it easier then to drop it, to let it go. So explore this. Ask yourself when you're stressed, is this mine? Does it belong to me? And if it does, do I still want it? No. So then the next question is, what will it take for me to let it go? And again, just a deep breath. So what will it take for me to let it go? Now, there's an important thing here, is that sometimes our identity gets caught up in whatever it is we're experiencing. So if we experience stress a lot, we're stressed, we're always busy, there's never enough time, it's always something going wrong, whatever, then that becomes our identity. We become the person who's always got problems, who's always got stress, or who's always got whatever. And we will maintain that because that's become our identity. And I learned this through illness and when I had chronic fatigue syndrome. And I saw many people, and I've seen it so many times in all my years as a therapist and as a mindset coach, that our identity, it's very hard to give up our identity. So any chronic illness, and if you've been stressed for a long time, not just now, then there's a chance that that's becoming your identity. If you have anxiety, that becomes part of your identity. It becomes who you are. So to take that away, to get rid of it, leaves you very exposed because who are you anymore? So this is something, if you have an issue with this, please reach out. You can book in a free chat on the top of my Facebook page. But it really is important to work through this stuff, because if you don't shift that, then you're not going to give up. That it's like your security blanket. It might be uncomfortable, it might be old and full of holes, but it's your security blanket. So if you've discovered that that is your identity, then please reach out and let's work through that, because you can't move forward until you do. And I work quite intensely with people on this, on helping you to create a new identity, one that serves you and gives you benefit. And I've had incredible experience with people with anxiety, with stress, with all these sorts of things. So please feel free to reach out and book yourself a free appointment. So that's probably it for today. Go and use your tools. Let me know how you're going with them, which ones are working best for you. And you might find that some work better in the instant when you need something right now. And then others, if you make them part of your daily routine, you're less likely to need those to do it right now. So go have some fun, guys. Take care and stay special. And I will speak to you tomorrow. If I can find my recording, there we go.